Hello, good evening, and welcome to the 308th Rony's Tuesday Fun Race in Live for Speed. I'm Peter Butcher. Joining me in the commentary box tonight, it's Eoin Harmon. Eoin, how are you doing for round 12 of RTFR?
Good evening, Pete. Yeah, this is the biggie. I'm keeping well, and this crucial event in our season will be well worth tuning into. So yeah, that makes me even better.
It is the season finale, and in somewhat of an underwhelming turn of events, so in the top two in the championship are not here yet. That doesn't mean they won't turn up for the start of the race, but at the moment, as it stands, Gabor will be our champion.
Yeah, he practically is the champion already. He's got every possible cover sorted for his point of view anyway. So if neither guy turns up, then it's already a done deal.
Yeah, we'll have a look at those championship standings right now. The prize money for season 1 of RTFR in 2023 will go to Sidus Gabor. Pretty much mathematically difficult for Rick Cardle to overtake, even if he were here. So Gabor will undoubtedly be our champion for season 1. Then it's Anti-Valter in P3. Excellent. Then it's the Mooley, Rony, Asker, Mantas Unite, and Fatal, the top 10. And it's possible, Owen, that there will be some movers and shakers lower down, because you can see that from about P6 downwards, it gets pretty close.
Yeah, big gaggle of points there in the 114 to 100 point range. There's a solid amount of drivers turning up in that part of the championship. But yeah, it's these guys here from 21st downwards that will want to give themselves one last shot of making season 1 memorable. And turnout, I believe it's just hit the maximum 40. So yeah, there could be a case of drivers getting eliminated on pace.
Yeah, and as we close out season 1 at the end of today, 89 drivers have scored at least 1 point in our Drivers' Championship standings. But yeah, just a reminder, if you're just tuning in, that it is Gabor who will undoubtedly walk away with the season 1 championship. Season 2 will return to your screens in a few weeks' time. But yeah, tonight's action, let's get to it. We have a few minutes left in qualifying at the moment as it stands, but we have a few things to talk about first. Here is the calendar. Tonight we are running the Swirl Sport 06 Cup variant at Aston Club Reversed, and that will round out our season 1. It's gone in a flash, Owen, but we've had some fantastic races this season. It's been a super one.
Yeah, you've been treated to some exceptional competition in season 1 right from the very beginning. The LX4s back in January were a delight, and it's kept going and going, and unfortunately we won't get a championship decider at the current basis, but yeah, it has been a season to remember.
Indeed, and let's go out with a bang at Aston Club Reversed, a very simple track to look at, but not simple at all to drive. It's got a lot of tricky corners in it, especially the braking zone down into turn 1, a tricky exit up into turn 2 as well, and then 2 extra chicanes that follow, which are pretty difficult. This car supposedly handles in a similar way to an NGT. We think it's slightly slower, but we'll have to obviously see how they perform around here today. But we're going to enjoy 29 laps around Aston Club Reversed in what is a 35-minute session almost, so pretty rapid around here, Owen, the 3.1 kilometre, 1.9 mile circuit.
Yeah, there'll be lots of flat out driving, but it'll be interesting to see on the opening lap what the drivers do into the 5-6 chicane, because this car has a very short wheelbase, and changing directions suddenly will fling it completely into an oversteer, and crashes could be not far away if people aren't careful.
Yeah, well, let's see what they're going to be driving. Here it is, the Swirl Sport 06 Cup, which is a mod that has been created by Tom Steele, available to everybody in LFS with an S3 license. It has a 2-litre inline-4 engine. It's front-wheel drive, it weighs a ton, and it has 227 brake horsepower, so fairly light for this sort of car. But there we go. It looks like it's based on the Suzuki Swift, and it looks like a lot of fun. The drivers have certainly been enjoying it, and we have, I don't know if it's a record. I think it might be a joint record for the season, I mean, but we have 40 qualifiers on the grid at the moment.
Yeah, it has to be probably dating back to the first few races. I know the summertime probably encouraged people to go outside, I suppose, and maybe try other things. But today, this finale is definitely welcoming. It is one of the more approachable races of the season, and it means that 40 drivers plus want to line out for this curtain dropper, I suppose. So yeah, I'm delighted to see it.
Yeah, and before we get into the meat of the end of qualifying, the drivers will have a couple of laps left to go. I want to remind everybody that if you want your Twitch status shown on our broadcast, as you can see here with LG Meese, who's currently streaming his own field, his own view to Twitch, his own point of view. That took a while to get out, Owen. LG Meese, Mika Sarkonen is streaming his view live on Twitch, so you can go over to his Twitch channel and have a separate perspective of the race this afternoon. If you would like to join our supporters club, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel on Twitch. We appreciate all your support. You can find out more at simbroadcasts.tv/supporters. Owen, yeah, we have 40 qualifiers currently. Meese is in P34, looking to improve in the dying laps of the session.
Yeah, he has a couple of tenths to find, and that could get him into the top 30. Yaroslav Donnelly, he has probably just turned up in the last few minutes. I didn't see his name pop up until now. So yeah, Yaroslav, I believe he has the capabilities of qualifying much higher than the second to last row.
Yeah, he's not been around for a couple of rounds as far as I know, but currently P38. He'll want to improve for sure. He's definitely got the skills to do that, as we have what looks like an accident in the final chicane. Someone going through the tyres. A lot of rubber being left on the road there. And yeah, we're going to see a lot of that. Drivers sliding out wide. Of course, this car has front-wheel drive. So as we get to the latter stages of the race, don't be surprised to see drivers running wide on corner exit as those front wheels start to scream with all the heat that's been going through them. It's very, very, very easy to overdrive the NGT class in LFS, and I assume that the Swift inspired Swirl Sport 06 Cup is going to be no different.
I agree with that. It's bound to cause drivers a little bit of uncertainty as the temperatures and the tires increase, and then side-by-side battling means you have to be careful about your next movement, or else you go door to door. So let's go on board. This is a perfect example. Piropo has definitely caught the change of direction perfectly there, so that's what we want to see. But if everyone has different setups, then maybe that won't be replicated everywhere. So we'll see if Piropo can get onto that second row, or maybe even to pole position. But it looks like the standard is very, very strong from Niva and Laguskas.
Yeah, well, none of the top four are even on the track. They're very confident with their times. They don't think they can improve. There's only a 0.2 of a second gap separating those top four. Can Kaike improve? No, he can't. And I think it was down actually into his exit out of that third chicane, because yeah, he had to slow down a lot on the exit, and that's not what you want to do in a front-wheel drive car. You need to be on the power on the exit. You don't want to be slowing down after you've gone out of the corner. So a lot of drivers struggling really to muscle this car around. It looks simple, this track, but it is very deceptive, very deceptively difficult. It's very, very hard, Owen, to extract the final hundredths from this lap. It's a real challenge, and let's see if he can do it better this lap. We've stuck with him. Oh, he taps the tyres. There's tyres flying ahead. Better, you can hear him on the power, but he's gone off. He's gone wide. So difficult section.
Yeah, it is just scarily difficult. The turn 6 is just so dramatic in how it swoops back to the right, and indeed the first two corners are joined together as well. We're used to Aston, the larger Aston layouts. That final chicane coming in the other direction is very, very tricky, but now it's a slowed down hairpin for turn 2, so yeah, that will be a new challenge.
We think Lara might just be the last car. He's just coming out of the first corner now, and Johnny SVK are also about to finish a lap. Niva also, so let's have a look to see if Niva can improve his time. Doesn't look like it, so that will be that. That is everybody, Owen, so now we can go down the order of results for the final time this season. Here are the qualifying results for round 12 of season 1 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, the 308th ever RTFR in LFS. It's Furia's Marcelo Niva on pole position ahead of Vitautas Gutskas driving for ES Motorsports. Then it's Born to Race Mantas, Fnatic for Fragmasters. Then it's Energy Virtual Racing's Kaike Piropo, Twin Cam for Born to Race in P6, Fatal in P7, Iron Donny P8, 3 Jump P9, and Born to Race Antonio in P10. Another Born to Race driver in P11, it's 136 miles per hour, followed by Zdenek Sagash, who's going under the alias of Vincent Adultman today for some reason. Then it is in P13, one of the only Sidus representatives, Hero, and I think only Sidus driver. Yes, it's Nico Pantola, otherwise known as Unite. Then we've got Rayman for Born to Race. A lot of Born to Race drivers here today. Johnny SVK backwards, Lara, Lorenzo, Rony, Ayub El Hanouni, and Pekka Koivunen, the top 20.
From 21st down, it's Bassi, Strutter, Yari Katila, Rabbit, Timu Soini, Martin Kapal, Firestarter, Lord Jag, Machik, and T-Bug. They're 21st to 30th. Scattle, Yasin, Weed, SRP's Master, Redbot, Pedro Bior, Yaroslav Dunleek, LG Meese, Kirku 87, and PP have made it into the 40 driver cutoff and will be allowed to take the start should they choose to.
Yeah, and on the unfortunately, there's another page of results of drivers who will not make it. We had 43 qualifiers, which is an insane amount of cars, actually. Anyone who doesn't start ahead of them may allow these guys to take to the grid, but everybody is within the 107% cutoff, so we should be fine. We should have a full grid for the final time this season, Owen, which is nice to see, for sure.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic about that. It means that the preparation for this race, we had the extra time with the week off last week, so it means that the hype has been building. So it's great to see other drivers giving it a go here at the very end of the season.
Yeah, it's absolutely great to see. We need to do a few things actually before we get going for the start of the race. One of them is to just refresh everybody on what the situation is with the driver championship standings. Here they are. Gabor and Rick Cardle Owen are not here at the moment. They might join for the race, but we don't expect them to be here because their championship is already wrapped up. Gabor has the championship in his hands at the moment. Rick Cardle there in P2. Antti Valter, likewise not here, will take P3 almost certainly. Although Legutskas, if he gets a good result here, Owen, he could steal P3 away from Valter.
Yeah, there's a very strong chance of that actually happening. So, it's a case of Legutskas just needs to keep his nose clean today. He mightn't agree with that. He'll want to go for the win through thick and thin. So, we'll see if he does decide to prioritize the championship or if he wants to go out with a flourish and go on and win it. That's a big question. But it's good variety of drivers that we're seeing week in, week out, and also those wanting to give it a go as a sort of once or twice every now and again sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's fantastic to see again the amount of turnout to RTFR. It's one of the longest running bi-weekly championships in Live for Speed. We obviously have had 308 of them, so you can imagine it's been around for a mighty long time. And to have a driver championship standing table as long as this after 12 rounds is a testament to that and proof that there is racing for everybody to be found in RTFR. So much so that on a very sunny evening here in the UK, I don't know what it's like where you are, Owen, but it's been sunny for ages, people have decided to jump into Live for Speed and do some driving. Well, likewise, we're here, it's sunny, I'm here commentating. It's what we love to do. We love to see some action in LFS. Owen, we've got 5 minutes to kill, which means we have to return to the car for this evening, which is a very nicely put together mod by Tom Steele, and it's based pretty much squarely on the Suzuki Swift, but falls into the NGT class, we think, here in LFS, and we'll see if it will resemble any sort of NGT style of racing. Apparently, the world record for this car is a second under. Pole was the second under the world record for the NGT, so it's there or thereabouts, Owen.
Yeah, precisely. It should mean it has the capabilities going quick, but we have to still see how it performs in a racing environment. I've great confidence that it can perform well, but we want to see if it can be in sort of easy to begin with but difficult to master vehicle. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it should be fun. We have got a lot to look forward to today for sure. I do like it when we end up with new mods, and well, having mods introduced to RTFR last year was a great addition, and it's nice to see them being carried through to today. So yeah, what can you expect from RTFR after today, of course, because we do go for our summer break? Well, good news, because RTFR does continue over the summer, but we do not broadcast it until the beginning of season 2 on the 1st of August. So we will have what is that, like a 6-week break, Owen, and then we will return to RTFR coverage. In the meantime, we will have 2 rounds of RTFR XL to cover. We've got the June edition on Tuesday, the 13th of June, and on the 11th of July, we'll also have another round of RTFR XL to cover. So still, we'll have some action from RTFR on your screens over the holiday period. But yeah, let's return to the track tonight. The Autodrome for the finale of this season. We'll have 29 laps around AS2R, Aston Club Reversed. A short lap, but as we saw in qualifying, very difficult to master, Owen, especially out of the 3rd chicane.
Yeah, absolutely. The 2D map doesn't really display the gradients of the track. There will be plenty of dips and rises. Obviously, the last hairpin there, you'll be going uphill for a little bit and then back down. Turns 1 and 2, you have to turn and brake at the same time. That's no mean feat to achieve in a front-wheel drive car like this. So, yeah, there'll be lots of opportunities to take different racing lines depending on where you are on the track.
Yeah, it is one of those tracks, especially with front-wheel drive cars, where there are multiple lines that will work. A lot of the drivers are going to overcook it through these chicanes on the first lap. The second chicane is really a non-event, but when you're on qualifying. But when you're in the race, it's a completely different beast. If you exit the first corner side by side with someone, then you're going to have to work out who's going off into the gravel, because it is pretty much single file through there, unless both of the drivers are feeling particularly brave, or unless they're feeling generous, I guess, to give all the space away. We should also, of course, mention that the 2023 seasons of RTFR and XL are once again being sponsored very generously by the World Class Lines team, of which there are a number of representatives here today. We've got Pekka Koivunen, who qualified in P20, Asker not here, but Jari Katila in P23, and Teemu Soini in P25. So just outside the top 20 for those two, but on the cusp for Koivunen. Koivunen's had a bit of a quiet end to this season, Owen. Let's see what he can do from P20 today.
Yeah, Pekka has shone on his best days, getting into contention for podiums and top 5s. Very much literally in the middle here. He's got quality around him though. Ayub up to Rayman and Unite as well, all fantastic drivers. So he's not going to have a stroll up to the top 10 or anything like that. You have to really work for it. So yeah, that goes to show the standard we have on offer, even without the championship contenders.
Yeah, we've got Marcelo Neva, who's had somewhat of a return to form in Live for Speed recently. He is going to be showing Legutskas where to go, because, well, Legutskas has had a firm grip on the top of the leaderboard recently at the end of RTFR races, but today Neva wants to have it, so we will have a pretty entertaining race, I am sure. The drivers are getting ready in the background. We are ready to go almost for the final time in Season 1 of RTFR in 2023. Owen, take it away for the lights.
So here we go. The full grid of 40 is lined up and ready. There you go, as far as the eye can see. But now the rundown to turns 1 and 2 will begin. Just waiting for the lights. Yeah, they're not even on yet, so a long hold. There we go. 1, 2, and the release. There we go. Should be decent getaway on front wheel drive. Legutskas has it better. He's going to have to make his intentions known, because it's going to go right and left. Mantas and Fnatic also watching to see what happens. Braking. Neva has held it. Good move. And side by side for 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, we've got an absolutely massive amount of cars here today. Fantastic to see as the drivers make their way towards the first chicane. Here they go. Oh my goodness. As they all fly through there. Some drivers being brave and going side by side, Owen, but not all fair at the front as Neva leads as we head into the final chicane already as a flurry of cars head through there and on to the end of lap 1. Good stuff. Not many movers at the front, but we do have 2 Fragmasters drivers who are trying to get past Mantas. Mantas there just in the, what is that, the cyan blue car? Side by side with someone. Oh no, is Mantas in the Rony's Tuesday Fun Race? Yes, he is. Very confusing. Yeah. The Born to Race driver not using the blue car.
Yeah, well, it's bringing him good luck so far. We can see Koivunen, in fairness to him, is up 5 places, so he's proven me wrong early on, and it's almost neck and neck across the line. It's still advantage to the pole sitter. He's digging into that inside line with as much assurance as you possibly can get. So yeah, very clean racing from our top drivers thus far. There you go, the panoramic shot. It's probably only 1 or 2 drivers left behind.
Oh, Mantas has gone off. Oh, he's actually spectated. He's left the race. So Mantas off hard into the wall at the second chicane. Sorry. That's an unusual incident as we've got a move for the lead. Lagutskas sends one up the inside of Neva and makes it stick into the 3rd chicane. Fantastic move, and he's made it happen on lap 2. Let's see what happens. Will Neva try to get back at him? He doesn't want to let Lagutskas get away at all because that could be the end. We know how quickly things can change. He's tucked into the slipstream, but Lagutskas has a nice exit. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Let's have a look.
It's minimal, but it is a small enough advantage for Neva in the slipstream. He's ducking to the inside. Lagutskas does leave it open, but no more movement or else there'll be a horrendous clash. Here we go. Going to be 2 lead changes in half a lap. Yes, it appears so.
Yeah, this is what we're going to be seeing for the next 6 laps, I think. We're going to be seeing swapping around happening all the time. The field is very, very close together. This is a great start to this race. We've also got Yari side by side further down as well, but we've got side by side action again between our leaders. Owen, it's Lagutskas trying to make this move work yet again. He's on the outside. There's movers behind as well. The 2 Fragmasters drivers are not holding back on each other either, and they're not really holding each other up much either because we have a 4-way fight for the lead of this race. And actually, Fatal's got up the inside of Lagutskas, but he's got it wrong.
Though. There was a wobble, and he lost his pace. But it's released Fnatic. Fnatic will be gaining a double toe now. Can he slip into that opening? It's going to be 3 wide here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 3 wide as we head down the start-finish straight. And, well, let's see what happens as we head into turn 1. It's going to be Fnatic who leads. That's unbelievable. He's managed to come from all the way from P4 into the lead, and he loses it immediately. Neva there in P2 in the purple car. And it's Lagutskas who retakes the lead temporarily. Fnatic on the inside now then as we head through the first chicane. Well, they saved the best till last though, and we've had 4 laps almost of intense racing at the front, and it's not going to relent, is it? We've got a big battle on at the front of round 12.
Yeah, and Twin Cam and Fatal will be close enough. And a little bit of contact.
Oh!
Neva's off into the tires. He's going to...
Oh!
Fatal dodged it amazingly.
That was so close, and he manages just to duck in front of the drivers behind him, but that's going to be a very, very long recovery drive. He needs to be careful how he rejoins so many cars coming past, and those front wheels just complaining on the grass. It's all over for Neva. I don't see him recovering from there. Very unlucky, but you know that's what happens when you have wheel-to-wheel racing into very fast chicanes.
That is just a gamble that was turned up the wrong side of the coin, I'm afraid. So yeah, it means that the 3-way battle becomes a 2-way. Twin Cam benefits as well as 3 Jump and Iron Donny there also in with a shout of a top result here. Yeah, it's certainly an advantage to Lagutskas.
Yeah, fair play to 3 Jump. This is a marked improvement on some of his recent performances. A veteran of Live for Speed, of course, has had the game for an incredibly long time. Still actively competing, currently P5, and well, he looks in good spirits. Let's see if he can catch up to Twin Cam, who holds that fastest lap of the race so far. But it is Lagutskas leading now ahead of Fnatic. Fnatic has had his good races and has had his bad races so far. This is slotting firmly into the good races category. We're going to be able to pick him out because of his luminescent cyan rims there, Owen.
Yeah, thank goodness he made that design choice. It makes it very handy for our viewers to see the difference. But Fnatic, is he going to try what Neva did previously, go down that inside line, which will be optimal for turn 2? Yeah, he's got a lot more space compared to what we saw earlier, but Leguskas in the braking zone, he's able to brake a little later, but it is an easy move for Fnatic. He makes it stick.
Yeah, he makes it stick. His teammate's been left for dead, though. Fatal is a fair way back. It's still so close between our top two. I think these pretty much are the closest pair on the track as well. I can't believe it, but there we go. They are loving it at the front. And we'll watch them through this chicane here. Side by side again. This is turning into, this is the sort of action that we're gonna see all day. This is gonna bring Fatal back into it, and it has brought him back into it incredibly quickly. So one trip through the chicane side by side, Owen, and that gap has vanished.
Yeah, that is wonderful for Fatal's point of view. He won't get the three-way overtake done this lap. He's too far back. If anything, it could be an immediate repeat of what we saw just a lap ago. No, actually, Leguskas defends the inside, so he knows that turn 2 is where you want to be.
Well, he's defended the outside, Owen. But yeah, I guess that is the inside for turn 2. You're right. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of what
understeered.
Yeah, that's kind of what Fatal did to him last lap. But Fnatic has again managed to get the better of him through turn number 1.
Yeah, this is wonderful to see. Yeah, it's a case of you've got to keep battling for everything, but there's still a fair amount of time to go. You can't go for the Hail Mary right now, or else that could be the end of your competition. So yeah, let's see what the drivers can manage to do with Fatal gaining time again with that fastest lap, of course.
Yeah, well, we now have a top 3 battle. It looks like Fatal is just about out of the slipstream. I think those top 2 have got the slipstream on one another again. Yes, they have, as we have another repeat. Owen, I'll let you take it away again.
So take 3. It's Leguskas taking the inside line again. But will he be able to actually get the car turned in properly? Yeah, it's all slowing down from 4th gear down to 2nd. Back markers beached just at the bottom left of your screens. Yeah, that's DNF. But yeah, Leguskas does learn his lesson this time.
Yeah, we've got some incredible action going down into turn 1. We're missing a lot of action here, Owen, because there's just so many drivers out on track. It's difficult to move away from the lead battle, but we have fights going on all the way down in P16. This is a fight for. And you can see in the background that there's 2 sets of drivers going side by side through the chicane. We need way more pictures to cover this race, Owen.
Yeah, get your quadruple monitors out. This is just wall-to-wall action. And Fatal, this is best opportunity so far. We'll go on board now in his red interior. He's going to help his teammate for a fraction of a second, and then goes for his own interests.
3 wide.
Here we go. Oh, it's 0.000 dead heat across the line this lap by, but Fatal has the lead. Leguskas has to stay on the outside. Fnatic backed out, but he has the chance to make it a Fragmasters 1-2 if he stays in this position.
Well, brilliant stuff. Fatal goes from 3rd to 1st, and we have a new colour in the lead. It's a blue car with the purple lap. Fastest lap for Fatal, and he's pulling away. Look, these 2 behind are still side by side. This is Fatal's chance. He needs to scamper while these 2 squabble. And look in the background, it's Twin Cam, who's driven a very, very consistent race so far. He might say thank you very much on the next home straight. And then what will have happened? Leguskas and Fnatic, well, they might find themselves battling for the bottom step of the podium very quickly.
Wow, this is huge development here. If a 4th driver gets involved after we lost a top contender as well, the pole sitter Neva. So yeah, a Twin Cam from his original grid spot in 5th, I believe it was, or thereabouts. He is now watching to see what the yellow pair does here. They're obviously not side by side across the line this time. Another fast lap from Fatal. Fnatic puts his car in front. Leguskas has to back down, but then the understeer kicks in, and Oh, he does get a good launch off the curbs, though.
Yeah, we've got more Born to Race action. It's 136 versus 3 Jump. 3 Jump's not had a great few laps. He's dropped down from P5 to P9 and finds himself in another fight. Just ahead, actually, a driver we've not talked about much. It's Unite. He's having a decent race as well, currently in P7. 3 Jump's got engine damage. That's why probably that he's dropping down. A car ahead spitting up dirt. Was that who was that? Was that Donny? Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, the 2 yellow cars are back at it. This is impossible.
Almost impossible, yeah. Fragmasters, they're turning the screw at the moment. Yeah, Twincam has obviously lost a bit of time now. Donny watching on with interest himself. So here we go, another duel with the start-finish straight. 0.02 of a second this time, but now Liaison pulls his 4 wheels ahead. He'll be in the optimal braking point, watching out for any bump on the back, but no, that's fine. And there you go, another position change.
Yep, surprise, surprise, another position change in this race, as Fatal has done exactly what we thought he was going to and has checked out. There is a gap now between our top drivers, probably for the longest time in this race. We've got Martin Capel side by side with a Scattle, Born to Race Scattle there on the inside in that lovely blue and black livery. I have to say, fair play to the Born to Race team. They've been pumping out some lovely liveries recently.
Yeah, that's certainly the case. Very talented design team there, Born to Race. They know they have a formula to stick to, but they make it work no matter what shape of car they're being asked to drive. So yeah, it's great to see now. Capel doesn't want to bump draft his way ahead. That would have been a bit unfair on Scattle, but he has this opportunity, a long start from the straight to come, and then the hard braking point. But watch out, it's another entry into the Fnatic and Legusgas scrapbook, double entendre there. So that's a wonderful overtake this time for Legusgas.
Yeah, let's watch this from the perspective of Twincam, who must be licking his lips furiously, because we're gonna have some fireworks. We've got to go away from this. We've got a big battle going into turn 1 between 2 of the air attack and air support drivers. It's Yassin Badal and Firestarter. And who are they fighting with? It's Yari Katilla. So yeah, these 2 drivers. Another nice livery there, actually. As we head through the first chicane, nose to tail, trying to bump their way ahead. And Twincam's got through. We missed it. Final hairpin. Twincam has snuck through on Fnatic.
Yeah, this is defensive driving for Twincam. Then he wants to attack Legusgas for 2nd place. Is it going to be? Oh,
it's going to be a 3 wide.
Just a little too late for the 3 wide, but
Twincam's made the move.
Yes,
brilliant.
So there we go. Fatal has taken his opportunity to run away with it just a small bit, and now Twincam is the latest occupant of 2nd place.
Oh, they must be grinning. These 2 who've decided to. They've just decided that they're going to fight each other rather than actually caring about the drivers that are just getting past them and then disappearing off into the sunset. Look at the gap that Fatal's got now. It's 3 seconds over Legusgas and Fnatic. This is silly if you want to have the race win. Legusgas
too close to the grass.
Yeah,
and that explains his difficult position into the final curve. So, yeah, Legusgas has 2nd place back, and the slipstream is Fnatic's to choose from. Twincam and Legusgas will be evenly matched. So yeah, the gap in the middle is now shutting down. Oh dear, that's just fractions in it. Twincam trying to hang on to his position. There as a car slowed down. It's Lord Jag. He must have made a mistake getting out of the way just in time.
Yeah, 2 drivers off there. I think one of them was stuck for a long time. But Twincam now on the outside, and our 2 yellow friends are going to try and get through. But no, there's contact. And, Twincam loses a lot of time. Legusgas was lucky that he didn't have more sideways angle there. But now Fnatic's up the inside. He will take the corner, surely. But we are in for a treat here. We're being treated to lap after lap after lap. Action, action, action. No stopping. And now, look who's on the scene. Iron Donny, who takes no prisoners. he will not want to get held up behind all this lot.
The twin cam was stuck in his position there. He couldn't really make the turn in where he wanted to, but he did a good job of managing it. And now Fnatic is blocking Donny. Here's the onboard camera, and yeah, it's going to be a 2x2 case here. Twin cam is going to slipstream Donny and then the two yellows together. So blink and you miss it. So yeah, Donny does withdraw, making sure he can be in position for any mistakes, and there's twin cam out of position. So
well,
now, yeah, Laguskas back in a second. And there we go. This is Fnatic fitting into the gap. And Twin Cam has to be careful of turning in. Oh, yeah, he's absolutely alert to the situation. Donny can creep around the outside now to turn 7. Is there late braking? Yeah, he's on the ABS. No, it wasn't actually possible for Donny. But another slipstream will be in effect here as Fatal continues to gap the 4 drivers.
Yeah, let's see how long Donny's gear ratios are. He's in the prime position to make up a lot of places here. He's running out of time. He needs to get closer to the back of Fnatic. Twin Cam is also going to go for the move again. Why not? You know, this is what we're all about here. Pack racing. If there's opportunities to overtake, you've got to send it. It's a sprint race. As we have Twin Cam in the lead again. Donny, contact with with Fnatic, not able to get through on that occasion. And well, we have a treat here. I love this sort of racing. Who doesn't?
Yeah, you'd have to be very picky to find faults in this so far. This is now Donny's best chance to make a first significant pass for position in quite some time.
He's
One
done
turn 10, and it's going to be a double. Twin Cam out of position and into the grass. And Laguskas is compromised as well. So huge turnaround here with lapped traffic to come. It's I can't tell who it is. Oh, I just saw a car. Yaroslav Donalik down the very back there. Nearly an accident taking place there. But now back to Laguskas. He's going to lose out on a 2 or 3 miles per hour unless this is Lamidze. Yeah, he's currently 36th and the last runner still on circuit, so he could be helping these guys out for another 3 wide. Donny in the middle. He's going to be pushed out by Laguskas. Here's the lap traffic move. Yeah, or just stay there. That's fine. There we go. Oh, Lamides has to get a handbrake save there to avoid hitting Twin Cam. And now we've Vincent Adultman and Unite on the scene. So, and 126. So we're getting even more visitors to the party.
Yeah, I mean, look at the gap that Fatal's got. 4.5 seconds. These guys just don't care. They're enjoying themselves way too much. And because of that, we now have, well, basically the top 8 on top of them, which is essentially what's happened here. Look, everyone there is in a fight for position. These two have been scrapping side by side since lap 1. We are now on lap 17. About to become lap 18. No, in fact, yes, there we go. Lap 18. And they're side by side again, of course they are. Across start finish we go. It's Laguskas on the left, and it is Fnatic on the right, who are providing all sorts of entertainment here. Yep, Laguskas going for the move.
Yes, Laguskas put his car exactly where he needed it to be. Fnatic, though, will try to be on the inside for the 5-6 chicane. 3 and 4, very gentle curves by comparison. Now they'll be braking from 135 miles per hour thereabouts down to about 70. This second turn, that's really the difference maker. Down 90 miles per hour, actually a little bit off there. But Fnatic is trying the trick again to perform the switchback. Laguskas, though, he stays away from the apex for the sake of his defense. Donny's gaining on them now. Twin Cam's concern is now the drivers behind him. So yeah, we'll see if Fnatic... It's another side-by-side with Donny just waiting to see what happens.
You don't even need to say it anymore, Owen. We just have to assume that they're side by side. Anyone want a Swirl Sport 06 Cup Series? I certainly do. Just put them on AS2 or AS2R every week and see what happens. Yeah. Here we go, Lagutskaz in P3 this time, but we'll then do the inside move on Fnatic. So we're into some sort of synchronized driving effort here.
Yeah, they're almost at one with each other. They're very familiar with the preferences and the optimal lines now, and Fnatic getting as close as he really can without making contact. Let's see if he wants to try something else this time. He might try that inside line. It's a little bit out of reach, but again, Lagutskaz waits for his optimal turn in, and yeah, he has defended the position strongly again, waiting for another slipstream to take place. And yeah, they're just going to carry on and on and on as lap 20 begins for these drivers. Other opportunities are probably few and far between, unless Donny can get involved.
Yeah, I mean, we've got quite a gap here after this first group. There is 3Jump, who has a bit of engine damage, but still managing to keep P9. There's Pekka Koivunen. We've got Weed versus Firestarter also somewhere out on circuit. Here they come across start-finish. There were some side-by-side battles going on there into turn 1, actually, but, well, there we go. There's another overtake. We haven't talked about our leader for a while. Fatal for Fragmasters, about to start lap 21. He's just got one corner to go before that. Firmly inside the final third of the race. And look, there's no one behind him. It's 6 seconds now between these three. Yeah, this isn't normal for these guys. This is the finale. They're just out to have some fun. Why not?
Yeah, indeed. The points are still a concern for some of them, I'm sure. But Fatal, his only matter of to think about will be blue flags, as drivers down at the back will be exiting turn 2 about now. Across the line comes the big group. Still Lagutskaz thinking about defending his position, but Fnatic has the inside. Oh, that would be incredible if he does hang on, but no, I think it is Fnatic's opening to take second place back. Donny and now Twin Cam again are going to be close.
Yeah, I can't believe just the amount of time that Twin Cam has made up on this group. I think it was about 2 seconds 2 laps ago. And Donny, well, he's got a run now. Is he gonna throw it up the inside? No, he's just gonna let them scrap. He needs to pick a better moment than that. Twin Cam right there as well, as you can see. And that's Unite drifting it through the third chicane. That's not the optimal route through. To be fair, the optimal route through some of these corners is not side by side as well, Eoin. No. But they never learn. They're just having a good time.
Well, it saves it saves the race in many respects if they are going side by side and they know what they're doing. So can't blame them on that front. But it does bring back the drivers who are in clean air. Here goes Twin Cam. He'll now get a double slipstream now that Fnatic is right in front of him. So there we go. On the diagonal camera, it is Twin Cam into 4th. Donny, though, is going to stay tight. Fnatic a bit high out of turn
Twin Cam's
2.
Going for it.
Yeah, this is an opening, and Fnatic wants to stop him from taking the opportunity. Oh my word, that was so close, and Twin Cam having to hit the bollards. And now Donny, yeah, you can see that extra bit of runoff. It does give the get out of jail card to some of the drivers on the outside. Donny will now want to cut back on the final corner. Stays high for now. Watch out for Unite, though. He's close.
Yeah, he is. He's been quite patient so far, but now he's within striking distance. I wonder what he's going to do. No, he's not going to get a chance. Donny's got a slipstream on Twin Cam. Twin Cam already going defensive, trying to get Donny out of his slipstream. It's not going to be enough. Donny is going to have a run. The gap between the 2 yellow cars has opened up for the first time in about 23 laps. So now we'll turn to this. A grey car and a slightly less grey car going for it.
Well, Donny has advantage so far. Yeah, it is a case of the top 5 drivers are not letting anyone else into their club now that they've established themselves. But when they're in together, they're going to fight as hard as they can. So yeah, they're on their own patch of track now. Fatal will be reaching blue flag territory. PP and Kirku, they are now being informed of blue flags. So turn 2 should be a good spot for them to slow down and then let the leader take the uphill on his own.
Yeah, it's tricky when you've got fighting going on between...
Rayman out of the race.
Yeah, Rayman unfortunately leaves the race as we've got side by side here between Zdenek Tagash, Vincent Adelman, and 136, who takes the outside line, and we'll say thank you very much. And these guys are closing up to the back of our top 6 then, as we enter the dying stages of this race. Well, it's been frantic. The leader is just currently going through some back markers who make it very easy. So far, there goes Fatal through the third chicane. The Gutscat has opened up a gap. He must be slightly relieved. And further down, we have a side-by-side battle between Scattle and Rony here. Rony on the inside for the second chicane. Gets up on one wheel, loses it almost, but no trouble. Gets it all under wraps. And, well, we'll shoot off down to the third chicane.
Oh, that's a big slide for Scattle. He caught it just in time, but Rony had nowhere to go except to slow down, and now his teammate Lorenzo has a huge welcome mat on the inside line.
Yeah, after being so courteous to Scattle by not just ploughing into the back of him, Rony's given up a place to his teammate of all people, so he's not going to be happy with that at all, is he? Not only have their rivals gone ahead, but his teammates got past him as well, and now they're going to be side by side, of course, as we have come to basically expect from the Swirl Sport 06 Cup, a mod available in LFS 3. We need a rotation server with this car, I think, Owen. This has been fantastic action all race long.
Yeah, this is perhaps another entry-level car that could realistically provide a championship across some of the shorter track layouts. It seems to suit it perfectly. But when we have the strong contenders that RTF4 kind of track, then yeah, this is a high standard race, and we'll see if there are any final twists in the tail. At the moment, it seems like a bit of equilibrium is taking place, but it can all change.
Hold on to your hats. Zdravko Topolniak has entered the chat, which means all the Fragmaster drivers are at risk of falling off the track. So it's not over for Fatal. Anyway, he's currently got 2 hands on the win here, but it could all go wrong very quickly, as we've seen in the past. The Gutskas is currently well placed in P2, just snagged the fastest lap away from our race leader as well. And in the background, it's Twin Camp versus, it's 136 versus Unite now. These two the closest on circuit almost.
Yeah, they are among the closest still. Twin Cam's made a bad error. Yeah, that hasn't dropped him any positions, but it will leave him vulnerable to Sidus Unite. So close to the end. Maybe not this lap, Pete, but certainly it could be a setup for the next one, unless 136 can actually defend his teammate and make sure that Born to Race have a successful end to season 1.
Yeah, a couple of unforced errors and a couple of forced errors for Twin Cam have dropped him down from a potential second place in this race, I'd say, down to P5. He'll be a bit unhappy about that, but he can't be, because he's put on a fantastic show. He's contributed well, and it's Donny who probably has the best opportunity at this point to upset the podium. He's within striking distance of Fnatic, but needs to get into the slipstream in the next couple of corners. He's running out of laps. He's got 2 laps to go. They do have a back marker ahead, as actually there Fnatic kicks up some dust, but gets a good enough exit, I think. I think he'll be safe if he can nail the final corner. Let's see how Lugutskas gets past. Who is that? The blue car there?
That's
the back marker. Kirku. Should be no issue. Kirku, an experienced pair of hands. Even providing a little bit of slipstream to the second place man there.
I'd say Vitautas will be very grateful for that. He'll be delighted. to get that advantage that no one else has access to. So Johnny, now that Kurku is out of the way for those guys, this is Donny's probably best opportunity to throw one down the inside before the end of the race.
Oh, this is a fantastic little hatchback. That was a brilliant move, very agile as well on the brakes. You could see the nose really dipping down, the car losing traction as it squirreled its way into turn one. And a brilliant move there by 136, making up a place on Unite, pushing Unite down to 7th and joins his teammate on the 3rd row. We have Yassin. We have a 3 wide going across start finish, so more action as we even enter the penultimate lap. And there's going to be contact between there, Yassin, and that is Johnny SVK now in the mix with the 2 air support and air attack drivers.
Yeah, if my memory serves me correctly, Johnny SVK was lamenting his fortune. He was down in about 30th place. Now that he's fought his way back up to 24th, you can actually say this race hasn't been all disappointing. This is actually a really good show.
We're on the final lap, and we've got a 3 wide. We've got Unite in the middle, Martin Capel on the right-hand side. No, sorry, that's Vincent Adelman, that's Zdenek Sagash, and who else is in that mix? We've got 136 miles per hour leading it. We did briefly on camera have the TR teammates, that was Bassi and Lara. Both have somewhat of a history in Need for Speed, it has to be said. They were bouncing off each other down the back straight, but just proof that this has been a race to remember. And it's 1 corner to go, and Fatal will absolutely remember this one. He had to work pretty hard to get through the squabble between the Gutskas and Fnatic, but he did it. Eoin, for the final time this season, taken to the line.
And yeah, there we go. Fatal was the one driver who had the pace to pull away from the squabbling competitors. And there we go. Fragmasters have their driver succeed on the final day of season 1. Across the line for second, it's the Gutskas, and then the double podium for the turquoise team. Fnatic 3rd place, Donny and Twin Cam finished 4th and 5th. A huge result for those 2. Oh, here's a tiebreaker for the finish. It's gonna go to Parapo by 200ths.
Yeah, Parapo just snagged that one away from 3 jump. So that was a nice on the line, but 3 jump unfortunately dropping from P5 to P10 in the end, and a great finish there. But Fatal, Eoin, what a run from him. He was very quick to get past the Gutskas and Fnatic, and he made sure his advantage, pushing through there. We've got another side-by-side.
Beaten Redbot across the line. Redbot was ahead, but Strutter had a huge overspeed, and he pulls out the result there.
Yaroslav Donlik was the final car to cross the line, and that is the results. We missed a couple of side-by-side battles across the line, but I think we caught most of them. And it's Fatal who wins a momentous finale here in 32 minutes, 33 seconds, 0.79. He also took back that fastest lap in the dying laps as well. So he gets the accolade for that as well. The Gutskas and Fnatic, well, they put on a show all race long. Fair play to them in P2 and 3 there. Then it's Donny just off the podium. He had a shot at one point of getting that podium. So too did Twin Cam. 136, Zdenek Sagash, Unite, Parapo, and 3 jump were a little ways off, as we have some malarkey going off in the background, Eoin. In P11, it's Pekka Koivunen, Ayub El Hanouni, Martin Capel, Scattle, Rony, Bassi, Lara, Magic, Lorenzo, and Yarrick Attila, the top 20.
Yeah, and then completing our finishers, it's Weed, Yassin, Johnny SVK, Timu Soini, who narrowly beat Firestarter there. Strutter, similar task against Redbot. That was a duel to the finish. Then we had Redbot, Strutter and Redbot 26, 27. Donnelly, last driver on the lead lap, 28th. Pombo DNF'd, but still classified ahead of LG Meese, Kurku. PP was 3 laps down, Lord Jag 4 laps down, and there's all sorts of messing going on at the podium. Fnatic can't enjoy his moment exclusively at the moment, but I will leave him to it. DNFs for Rayman, T-Bug, Rabbit, Lamidze, and then Neva. We have to give him commiserations because of him being quick in qualifying the pole. Sitter not getting his just desserts with the early crash. And Born to Race's Mantas also an early casualty.
Yeah, well, the celebrations have clearly kicked off at the podium because obviously this does round out the final round of Season 1 of RTFR in 2023, which means we can officially confirm that Gabor will win the championship for Season 1, but will he defend it in Season 2? That's the question.
Yeah, Gabor is in our Twitch live stream chat, so if he wants to, he says no.
No, he doesn't want to defend it. Well, that's sad. We will see whether that's true. I think he's being a bit maybe hopefully he's being sarcastic with us, but there we go. So yes, Gabor, congratulations to him. Congratulations to Fatal and another Fragmaster win. Blimey, Zdravko Topolniak didn't jinx this one, did he? I don't know, but there we go. Well, double podium actually for Fragmaster. That's something you don't see that often anymore. Please don't shoot the messenger. But there we go. The Gutscast is in a Fragmaster sandwich, whether that's where he wants to be or not. I think he's actually very much currently in a Fragmaster sandwich, judging by the scenes on the podium. And yeah, that's all she wrote, Owen, for Season 1 in 2023. Good stuff.
Yeah, exceptional stuff. I'm delighted to have covered the vast majority of races. I missed one or two races so far in the opening 6 months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a little bit of time off and getting the hype ready for Season 2 and the remainder of RT4 XL.
Yeah, I mean, you won't have too long to have a break for Owen, unfortunately, because RTFR XL will return in a week's time for round number 6 of the XL Championship in 2023. That'll be at Fern Bay Black reversed in the XRT, another stunning combination. We've got a busy week this week. Tomorrow, we have the Born to Race Turbo Cup returning for round number 9, Aston Cup with the TBOs. Then on Friday, we will be broadcasting round number 23 of the Fox Friday Championship, part of our new coverage of the Fragmasters Fox Friday series. Then on Sunday, yep, that's 4 broadcasts this week for us. We've got the finale of the Master Race Car BF1 League. The 3rd season comes to a close at the Grand Prix of Japan at Kyoto Ring GP Long Reversed with the formidable BF1. Do not miss that. Do not miss any of the action actually this week, because you can follow our channel on Twitch. You can subscribe. You can comment on it on our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell to get notified of when we post a new video or when we go live. Do all the good stuff, folks. We really appreciate all your support. But yeah, check out our broadcast calendar at simbroadcasts.tv to see what's coming up on our channel. We've got a busy week and yeah, plenty more action to come. Owen, as ever, an absolute privilege to have you here in the commentary box with me. It's great to commentate these alongside you. And of course, we cannot forget our sponsors, World Class Lions, can we?
No, we certainly appreciate everything World Class Lions do. In support with Race Green and Rony himself. So yeah, thank you so much, World Class Lions, for all you do, and hopefully we'll get to see more of you in Season 2 and beyond.
Well, Chris McElroy was busy this week putting cameras together for this. We used all of them, I'm pretty sure. He was also busy during the race telling us where to point the cameras as well. So thanks to Chris, as always, for his support during the championship. Thanks to Rony, thanks to the drivers. We've had a lot of them this season, and yeah, 12 rounds actually of the first season. Second season will only be 10 rounds, slightly shorter as we close out the year. From all of us to all of you, we've been Sim Broadcast. We hope you have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow for the Born to Race Turbo Cup. Have a good one, and goodbye.
Cheers, Pete, and so long, everyone.
Bye.